Hey guys, it's Ted Bogert. Welcome back to the TED Show. Oh my God, I'm so excited to have this young lady on the show. I got to meet her at the Mrs. Corporate America pageant, which I was honored to judge or be a judge in it. And this is the one and only Tonda Mingus. We're going to talk about her title, which I love. We only get one life. And guess what? She's living it. And we're going to talk about her journey. All good stuff. Welcome, Tonda. How are you today?
I am great. I'm glad to be here.
I'm excited to have you. I love the pageant. It's not pageant. I love the competition. I loved everything about it because it was about the human spirit, I felt. And so all of you were amazing. So I want to get to it. So I told you before we went live that the audience absolutely loves an origin story. They want to know your success story, your trials. So give us as much of a 411 on your journey as you can.
Well, let me just start here, okay?
All right.
I am an older woman. And so I was honored to be nominated to participate in the Miss Corporate America pageant. It was something that I normally would not do, but I felt like we only get one life. So let's go for it. Um, it was a very unique experience. It was go, 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 go. It was sponsor, sponsor, sponsor. It was, oh my gosh, how am I going to afford this? Um,
Right.
and then it was a lot of chaos during the event, but then it was a sisterhood. And that's the part of it that I enjoyed immensely because I call myself my sister's keeper.
I love that title. Let's talk about what led you up there. What do you do? What was your journey? Obviously, you weren't born and said, I've got to be part of the Mrs. Corporate America competition. So tell us a little bit about what you do and how you got to where you're at with what you do.
Well, my journey started back in 2013 on social media, on Facebook, where I started writing. I got a couple of gigs for a magazine. I was featured in a magazine um, a few times. And then I was asked for writing for a ministry page. And I started writing positive affirmations and just a lot of spiritual stuff, um, just a lot of positive things. And then I was asked to recite a Maya Angelou, not play, but one of her poems at a fashion show. I've never done this stuff in my life, but it's just to that point of I'm not turning down anything. So I did that. By the way, the magazine was called Inclusion Magazine. And so they ended up giving me a inspiration corner where I would write for them every quarter and they would publish it and they would also have my picture beside my
Cool.
big long article, whatever it is that I was talking about. But my special is relationships. I am very passionate about relationships. Been married 3 times, and so I have a lot. I have a story to tell, and so I wanted to tell it. And from there, I decided that I wanted to start a YouTube channel talking about relationships. So that's what I do on my channel. I also became a co-owner of a production company called T&S Productions, and we made our first independent film called The Prodigal Wife. That was in 2017,
Wow.
and I was the leading lady in my own movie.
That's so cool. I didn't know that. That's so
Yeah,
cool.
it was very cool. We showed it at a theater in our city. We had two sold out shows. We had a red carpet event, and I think after that, because we also did a stage play called "Pleading My Case." Um, After that, it's just all these opportunities, people asking me to come on their podcast and different things like that. And so someone nominated me one day and she said, you can do this, you know. So
I don't think there's anything you can't do. I have to go back a little bit. Tell me what it was like to be the lead in your own production. Was that hard being sort of the boss and the lead?
no, because I have always had this like kind of a backhanded passion for acting. I've always been in drama clubs in high school and different plays and things like that when I was younger. And so my role, I played many different roles. I played a mean wife. I played as a drug addict in this movie. I played as a lady of the night. I also played the role of having to come back home and face my children and talk to them about why I left them so many times and my husband. And I had to use a lot of emotion. So there was a lot of raw emotions that had to come out of me. And I took that, I pulled it from a place of reality, what I've lived. So I was able to go inside here and remember things to pour out those raw emotions. And that movie, I must say, it went viral recently on YouTube.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Was it hard to do those particular things since you obviously were pulling from some personal experience? Was it emotional? Was it easy to get into that character and feel those things?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, and that's what made it so real. The people came out of the movie and they were like, especially the people that know me, they were like, "Who are you? Where did that come from?" So yeah, it was great.
Well, you always had it in you. That um, that drive, and you came from a personal perspective, which I think is what makes that raw, authentic, vulnerable portrayal so powerful. I know that's why it resonated with people. So tell us about your YouTube channel. What do you talk about on? And that's scrolling across, audience friends. That is scrolling across the bottom there. Tonda's YouTube channel. What do you talk about on
I mainly talk about the realness of relationships, um, and my purpose is to not have people, especially women, deal with the things and go through the things that I have experienced in my three marriages. So I talk about cheating. I talk about, excuse me, loving one another. I talk about handling conflict. I talk about the fact that it takes two to make a relationship work. I talk about the fact of emotional and physical abuse, all of those things that can happen in a relationship that affects our lives so differently.
And what's your response? Do you get people reaching out to you? I think people are, YouTube is where so many people go to get everything from relationship advice to how to build a house on their, like, YouTube is amazing. Do you get a lot
Yeah.
of feedback? Like, oh my God, Tonda, I totally relate. What's that like for you?
I get good feedback and I get bad feedback. The men, especially, do not like some of the things that I talk about. So I
Why?
get a lot of pushback from them. And I think it's just, owning. I always call it owning your ish. If you own your ish, then you don't have a problem, right? Um, and women are not perfect either. So sometimes I'll get
You got to
feedback
own
from
it.
women who will be like, we're a little bit too hard on our men. But for the most part, I'll get something that will say, thank you. That really helped me.
What is the ultimate goal? What do you want to do? Are you going to go on a book tour? Do you want to do more movies? Do you want to be a coach? Tell us a little bit about what the short term, immediate future plans are.
Well, first and foremost, I have to work because I'm not rich. So I will continue to work. I am currently writing a book. It's called Unsacred Matrimony. Hopefully, I will be finished with that book by the end of the year. Hopefully. I've been working on it. It's
Prayerfully, I
a
got
book
you.
about, yes, it's a book about my marriages. And that's without using names and all that stuff. Um, we want to do another movie. We have one ready. COVID kind of got in the way of that. So it hasn't taken off yet. It's called Hoarding Matters of the Heart. Um, I want to continue my writing and I want to, my biggest dream of all is doing a monologue for women where women are not afraid to get on the stage and tell their stories, but they're acting out their stories. they're using props to explain the different things that's happened in their life. Um, I want to be one of those people to tell my story in my own monologue as well. So,
All
yeah.
right. So before we head out and you give all the ways that people can reach you, I always like to ask one personal question, especially when somebody is out there inspiring and motivating people, which you are. When I say the word hero to you, who is the first person that comes to mind?
I'm going to say, and I know a lot of people say this, but my mom truly is my hero because my mom is 83 years old. She's healthy, she's striving. Um, my mom hasn't had it the best. Her sisters have always had husbands that had great jobs and all of that. She took care of her children the best she could. We were loved, we were clean. Um, we never starved or anything like that. We didn't have the best that a lot of kids had, but even to this day, I know that my mom is so proud of me. Um, and my mom is strong. My mom is strong. My dad left her. He passed away, and he left her, and he didn't take care of his things, his business. And so, we're very protective of her because she's a beautiful person.
Beautiful. All right. So, Tonda, what's the best way they can find out more about you other than your YouTube channel? Scrolling across the bottom there, how can they reach you, find out more, take a look at your work, take a look at The Prodigal Wife, I believe is the name of the movie. Tell us the best way.
The Prodigal Wife movie, like I said, is on YouTube. They can go out to YouTube. It's an hour and 36 minutes long, and that's the best way to find it because there's a couple versions on there that people have like little clips of the Prodigal Wife. And then as far as Facebook is concerned, I'm on Facebook under Tonda Mingus. Um, and then Instagram. Instagram is Miss Tonda number 2, you. And then TikTok is my biggest platform right now. I am a huge TikToker.
I love
I
TikTok.
do, yes, I do. I'm able to do a variety of things on there, and that's what I love about it. So I'm under there as Miss Ming T. I'm sorry, Miss T Ming. Don't know my own name. Miss T Ming is what I'm under TikTok.
Fantastic. Well, you're an inspiration. I really, really appreciate you coming on. I love that you shared your story with us. You all get out, check out Tonda's YouTube channel. Of course, you can follow her on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. Thank you so much. I was so moved by your story when you told it at the competition. And I loved everything about it. And so I knew it would be a great way to motivate and inspire other people. Thank you so much for being on the show, Tonda.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate you.
Appreciate it. All right. You guys have a good one. Get out, check out Tonda's YouTube channel. We'll see